Testing, testing. There we go. Stupid thing wasn't working. Okay. Now the mic is working. That's right. Today, we have this. This is a PowerMac G4 digital audio, single core or single processor, 533 megahertz. There we are. It came with a fiber channel SCSI controller card and the default GeForce 2 MX, I believe. Although I have not yet verified that because I haven't plugged it in, I haven't turned it on, I haven't attempted to boot it in any way, shape, or form. And there is no hard drive caddy in this, unfortunately. And I'm not even sure I've got a hard drive that will work with this now that I'm thinking about it. Well, we could always go with something old and slow, and there's something wrong with the latch on this one. See, what have we got here? 13 gigabytes. I think that'll do. But, master slave pins are a little boogered up here. Let's see. Master or single drive. Drive as a slave. Shit, this is set up in a slave configuration. I don't have a jumper. There's one on this 40 gig drive that I'm not going to use because I think it's my old anime collection. I say old anime, I mean that. Alrighty, there we go. Excuse me. Damn it, still picks it up. Oh well. Fortunately, and the reason I picked this one is it's got a rubber static protector on it, so I can drop it right down on the metal case without too much concern. Ow. Did I just break the fucking motherboard? My frickin' jacket just caught on the video card. I cannot believe that just happened. Fuck's sakes. Okay, well, we will plug that there. And we'll plug that there. And I do believe, yes, this has an ADC connector. So we'll be able to use the nice, big, pretty Quicksilver monitor. So I'm going to take a look at this. Wow, that CPU board looks like it's bent, actually. A little bit of dust there, but not too bad. Let's see, what have we got in here? This has got the original 128 megs of RAM, I think. Yeah, it does. It has the original 128 megs of RAM. Yeah, we'll boot it with that. Alright. Put it in test bench mode. I'll go ahead and here, I'll get out of the way so you can see my beautiful Tiger install on this thing. Go ahead and shut her down. Since everything's already plugged into the monitor, I just have to take the ADC cable out of there, plug it into this one. I'm also going to steal the power out of this old HP. Well, who gives a shit about an HP? Oh, it didn't catch on fire. That's always a good sign. See if I can even get this thing off now because the ADC connector is busted on it. That's actually something I didn't even think about when I popped this on here. Great. Come on now. Got it. But it was not pleased with me for a moment there. dang. I wasn't this stuffed up when I started this. Why is this wrapped around everything? Holy shit. I swear I have better cable management than this. My God, stop trying to break my pro freaking thingies. Alright. So we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah. And there we are. We'll verify ADC connector's good. We got a bong. Usually takes a few seconds for these older systems to show a picture on the screen. Yep, there we go. Yep, that's exactly what I expected to see. Always a good sign, right? Price tag. I love $5 systems. Ugh. Something out here that's really messing with my allergies. Can't be the cat. I'm not allergic to the cat, as far as I know. Where the heck did I put my OS 9 disc? No, that's Tiger. A minute. Oh, that's for my one and only patron. Needs a... there we go. OS 9.22. Needs a PCI Mac video card, so got that set aside. Alrighty. Fortunately, being an older Mac, it actually has an eject button on the drive. We have a compact disc recordable drive, not a DVD. It's unfortunate, but I can deal with that. Most of my software is on CD, but my Tiger install disc is unfortunately, well, it's a DVD. Aha. Got a little Happy Mac on the folder there. We'll go ahead and move the tripod. Whoa. Boop. There we go. A little bit closer there. There we are. This cinema display was also $5. A heck of a deal. Oh, and I somehow managed to get myself tangled. Hold on a sec. I was actually kind of surprised that there wasn't a copy of Mac OS on this drive, but I think this may have come out of an old PC now that I'm thinking about it. This is actually my first digital audio. I've got 4 or 5 dual processor 450 Mystics now, but this is my first digital audio. And it's a pretty little machine. Looks just like the other G4s before it. No major case redesign like there is on the Quicksilver here. Light compensate. Thank you. I'm sure you can see there's a little bit of laying damage to the screen. It laid on its face in a pile of cables for who knows how long before I got it. All right. Oh. Wow, it doesn't even see the drive. Let's see. Does it see it in drive setup? Yes, it does. Aw. Oh well. Guess we're not getting the data off of this one. Mac OS standard. Yeah, we'll go ahead and Mac OS extended 12 gigs. Woo! Amazing. There we go. Good old drive setup. Doop-doo. Yeah, we want to go ahead and... Even though it's... Batman! Not on the keyboard! Wait. Silly cat. I agree. Not really. Alright, so we'll go ahead and leave everything default. Yeah, I think we'll just leave everything default again. Let's get this sucker installed. EDC. Kind of a clunky standard, but I'm kind of sad it didn't take off. I mean, USB power and video all in one cable. Put a USB audio device inside the monitor and have speakers in it, and then when you plug it in, it uses USB. I mean, I guess Thunderbolt's kind of the same thing now, but I mean, it's not combined. You can just plug a lot of things into it. Is there even an equivalent now? I do not know. Peeps! I'm live streaming and you just made me say peeps.
Sam bought them for you.
Sam bought them for me?
Purple because...
It's a good thing that I have noise cancellation on this microphone, so that didn't get picked up.
Funny if it had.
I know.
He's up on your...
Okay. Thanks, Mom. I've got peeps that apparently my nephew bought for me. It's adorable. Peeps is in those little sugary candy marshmallow thingies. Alright, I was about to do an adjustment on here. Alrighty then. What are you doing? Egg! Egg! Hey! That's not food, cat. Let go of it. Seriously? The cat just tried to eat the cable on the camera. Say hi to the camera, Batman. Say hi to the camera. No, right here. Batman. Look at him, he's after the cable. Yeah. Going in and he's staring at it. Now look at his mess down there. Look at the mess you made, cat. I just cleaned up right before the stream and you managed to just find some stuff and drag it out. It's like, what are you doing, cat? Okay. No, not you, the camera. Boy, what is with my health recently? Really, cat? No! I love you, but you're a butthead. No! Stop it! Oh, wait, what's it? What is that? Oh, it's like a thingy. You've discovered some kind of weird bit. Huh. This weirdo cat, he wants to eat it. Why are you trying to eat that? It's plastic. Batman has pica. He eats inanimate objects. Always a bit of a trouble keeping stuff out of his greasy mitts. Oddly enough, he doesn't really eat the computers. I think he knows not to. He knows I get mad and stop talking to him when he does that, so He doesn't do it. But he still goes after the cables. No. Yes, I know the warm air feels good, Batman. I know it feels good. You don't stick your face in the exhaust of a power supply. Just don't do it. Well, so far so good. This 128 megabytes of RAM seems to be a good stick. Would have thrown an error of some kind by now if there was anything kind of issue. 128 megs of RAM is even kind of a low amount for the installer to be running in. Fortunately, I have a secret stash. A secret stash of RAM. Let's see. Top drawer is DDR2 and DDR3. Ah, here we are. SD-RAM. Let's see what we got here. 128, 128, 128, 128, 128, 256, 256, 256, 256. Don't pull on me. Batman, stop. Those aren't going to work. Those are all registered ECC SD-RAM. Yeah, I know. Came out of a compact server. Oh, look at that. There we go. Got two matching ones. Do I have a third? Ooh, value RAM. Yuck. Oh, this is all unknown RAM. It's all PC 100. And then we're into the DDR. So I got 2.5. Would you stop chewing on my jacket, cat? Seriously. You know this is live, right? Right, cat? Okay, so there's a couple 512 meg sticks, as I said. Alright, so we'll have to test out these. I don't know which of these even work as far as RAM goes. I've been having a lot of trouble recently getting good RAM sticks. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and use this opportunity to test what all of these sticks are, because I have no clue what any of these four are. That's what we're going to do. We'll go ahead and pull out the 512 meg sticks. This is digital audio. It takes up to 1.5 gigs of RAM and 512 meg sticks. Lock the camera back down. There we go. Nice and steady. Pretty quick little drive, isn't it? About 10 minutes. Yeah, about 10 minutes to install Windows. Windows.
Yes, I just installed Windows on my G5. Just missed the digital audio.
No, I'm an idiot. Mac OS 9. It's not Windows. Damn it. There we go. Quit. Special. Oh, first, we will. Oh no, why are you throwing it away? Oh, wait, that's right, I can't. Derp. You hit restart. You hold down the mouse button. And in theory, it should eject the disk. In theory. I said in theory.
Eject the disk.
Whoa. What the heck was that? What? Whoa. What are you doing? What? What's going on? Okay. What the? What the heck? That was weird. I had a mouse cursor before the thing started. Like, that was... I don't think I've ever seen it do that before. Did you see that? It flashed like 6 different times. It's definitely a new one. I could picked up the full resolution of the display just fine. You know, this is definitely the GeForce 2 MX. Anything lower, it wouldn't be able to run this. It's 1600 by 1050 resolution, so Not quite full HD, but it's pretty beefy. Yeah, it's a decently quick little hard drive for a 13 gig drive. Oh, and those LEDs down there, those are not actually blinking. From my perspective, it's kind of weird that they blink like that. Almost looked like a hard drive indicator for a second, but no, it was just something wrong with the light sensor pickup on this thing. The camera. I got a beep. Network time error. Yes, I know. Obviously, it's like every other one, the NVRAM battery's dead. Oh, it thinks it's 06 though. That's interesting. I'll just say my name is Joe. Time is it? It's 8:30 p.m. Yeah. There we go. Did not want to let me enter that. I don't want a password. Since when do I need a P? No, okay. P. Really? It took just, I didn't. Seriously? Okay then. Focus. This thing had some kind of zoom or something. Really hard trying to get this tripod up close enough that you can actually see this stinking thing. Maybe if I drop it down a rung. Oh, that's a little better. Except we're obviously not level. This isn't level. All right. No. There we go. And we have another system ready to sell. 1600 by 1024, sorry. All right, so now we shut it down again. And we start testing RAM. Flip the configuration a little bit. I love these long-ass Apple Cinema display cables. They come in really handy. Oops. Oh, good. We have an intact airport connector. Looks like it was, in fact, used because it's not bolted to the side of the case like it is standard. Yeah. Just pick up and move. So you can see in the case here. There we are. And I've got a light. I'm going to direct to illuminate the scene. Let me go ahead and the keyboard. There we are. Now we get the light. Push the Performa 6200 back a little bit. Alrighty. Now we can see the gorgeous components inside the board. So we know this is a working 128 megabyte stick of RAM, although it is a very dusty 128 megabyte stick of RAM. It is PC133 Sync CL3. Oh wow, that's ECC memory. Interesting. These old G4s will take unbuffered ECC memory, although they don't use the ECC functionality at all. But if sometimes the ECC memory can be significantly cheaper if you're forced to buy it online, of course. I have a supplier that sells me 512 meg sticks for $4 a piece. The only problem is he doesn't ever keep anything smaller than 512, despite me asking him repeatedly to just, dude, I will buy all of it. I need 256 meg sticks. Come on. Anyways. So, well, we'll do one stick at a time. Am I going to be able to do that without stressing the ADC cable too much? Yes. Okay. All right. Go ahead and move it back. Whoa! I'd say no. Woo! That's a new one. What the fuck just happened? Okay then. Whoa. Okay. I hope I didn't just kill this motherfucker. Mother effer. Damn it, I need to stop cursing. Okay, let's do a quick piss test with the one that we know works. That was a stuttery bong. That's a new one. Definitely a new one. Oh man, I just dropped my duct tape behind. Okay. Okay, we got a bong. Got a bong, we got a light. Got a flicker. Flicker. One more flicker. There we are. Okay, we're good. Power off. That was harrowing. Okay, so one stick tested, one stick bad. I like it when they fail early like that, although I've never... Come on! What are you doing, cat? Definitely never had one fail quite that spectacularly. That it worked when the computer started, and as soon as a voltage load hit the RAM chip, it failed, at which point the system started stuttering and then gave the crash of doom. Whoa. Look at those notches. I have never seen notches like that before. What the heck? These are all Samsung chips, too. I don't know. Let's find out. Very strange. Now they fit. Weird. Most important step when working with any computer, unplug mains power or AC power. I watch a lot of British repair channels. Please forgive me for the occasional use of British slang. I honestly can't help it at this point. It's like listening to your parents when you grow up. You pick up their accent. I've managed to not develop a damn British accent from the amount of fucking content I watch, but I have picked up some of the vernacular. Alright, so we'll go ahead and plug in here. And I call Z Z just because that sounds so much better than Z. There we go. Ooh! Instant fail. No bueno. I'm starting to think that this is what was wrong with that Quicksilver that I got for real cheap. This is all the RAM that came out of the Quicksilver. I took it all out and I just loaded it up with 512 meg sticks and it worked just fine. But I'm wondering if maybe this is some bad RAM. Really sad. Those are Samsung chips. But, you know, these weird notches, there's got to be something to those. If they all fail, then I'll know that there's something funky about this RAM. Alright. Go ahead and plug it in. Dang. 3 out of 3 bad so far. One left. Yeah, I really don't know. It feels like there was something on one of these. My fingers are burning. It's like a chemical burn. It could just be from pressing down on the tops of these things. It's not really good for your fingers. Alrighty. My favorite thing to diagnose old SD RAM is a Mac. It will... The slightest problem with that RAM, and it's going to throw an error. Interestingly enough, it will work with RAM that throws errors in PCs, because PCs are overly sensitive? Yeah, no, that's not going to work. Okay, then. Well, 4 sticks of RAM out of a Quicksilver, 4 dead sticks. Very interesting. I'm wondering if these are actually some kind of special chips that are like registered ECC. But, you know, they don't have the controller chip. I really don't know. I mean, they look like regular RAM except for these notches. If anybody watching has any clue, 'cause I've been messing about with computers for 24 years now. I don't think I've ever seen that notch. At least not that I remember. I'm sure I have in the past sometime, but I have no earthly idea off the top of my head. Well, that's disappointing. That's really disappointing. All right, well, damn. Now I sad. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take these. Take these 2 matched sticks. We're gonna try them both together in the first and second slots. First slot is the one closest to the CPU, which can vary depending on the model of G4 you're working with. With the digital audio, it uses the same kind of layout as the later Quicksilver, so you've got the RAM sandwiched in between the video card and the CPU. No, that's not even warm. Okay. 2 512 meg sticks. No. Not my 512s. Alright, we'll try one at a time. Don't do this at home, kids. Oh, man. That's unpleasant. Alright, so dead 512. This one good? I just bought 2 of these sticks the other day. I don't think these are the 2 that I bought. I think these are the other 2. Seriously? You've got to be kidding me. You should probably wait an extra second or 2 before you do what I just did. There are capacitors in the machine that will hold a small charge. Alright, my last 2 512 meg sticks. I'm going to be really cheesed if these don't work. Because I just bought these 2. Okay, the one I just bought works. I'll go ahead and see if it boots. If it boots fully into OS 9, you can pretty much assume that's a good stick. OS 9 does an unusually large number of memory checks before it boots compared to Windows. Oh no, I'm out of fuel. That's a problem. Oh, we only got 2 flickers that time. Interesting. And the hard drives are going. There's the Happy Mac. it's going to have an memory error. It's going to throw one right about now. If you see the first couple of things pop up along the bottom of the screen, we should be good. And I can go ahead and shut it right back down. Oh, that's taking a while. The hard drive's still working. See, it's still working right there. You can do it. Give me some good RAM. Alright, watch out, kitty. I can't pick it up over you because I don't have the feet locked. Why don't I have the feet locked? There we go. Now I can move this around a little easier. There we are. Nice. Kind of sad this is only the single. Would much prefer a dual. But I could always get an upgrade for it, I suppose. Go ahead and Apple System Profile. 512 meg. Yep. Looks good. USB. Interesting. Low power mode disabled because of PCI cards in slot 3. And that would be the SCSI controller card, I'm assuming. Let's see. Ah, yes. SCSI card right there. Ooh. Ultra SCSI even. That is not a low-end card. I knew it was fiber channel when I looked at the back, but... Alright, not bad. Alright, we'll shut it down and we'll stick in the next memory stick. Full power. Yeah, this works pretty well as a setup, doesn't it? Certainly better than my last couple attempts. Alright. That's seated real nice. And for good measure, we'll go ahead and put in the original 128 meg stick in the third slot, giving us 1.128 gigs of RAM. 1.12 gigs of RAM, yeah. Am I putting it in right? Yes. Kind of a tight slot right there. It does not want to go in. Nothing has ever been inserted in that slot. So it is entirely possible that there is some dirt in there. Which I would have thought about the other RAM sticks as well, but the fact that, you know, the 128 was in there working would have kept this slot fine, and we'll see. Well, I'll go ahead and leave it open for the quick boot test. Button push. Ah, that's good. Well, that was... You know, interestingly, these are both the same brand of RAM. I'm wondering if there's something about them that makes them incompatible with Mac. Because you can actually find SD-RAM that does not work with Mac. So I will have to try these in one of my older PCs, see if they're still any good. Same thing with these four, but I only keep RAM known to work in all systems in that container, because that's my general use RAM. So I'll have to put this in its own little area, like I don't have one yet, but I'll make a little area just for PC only RAM. I used to have a Mac for an area for Mac only RAM too, but I haven't had any Mac only RAM for quite some time. I think the only stick of Mac only memory I have left is in the Quicksilver here. And this is a dual 1 gigahertz Quicksilver. It's my fastest G4 by multi-core score. My fastest G4 by a single thread is my 1.67 gigahertz PowerMac G4, or PowerBook G4, I should say. But yeah, looks like that is 1.1 gigs of RAM. That is good. This computer, yep, 1.12 gigs of RAM. Excuse me. Ah, gorgeous. The airport setup assistant is in the trash. That's funny. Alright, we'll shut it down so it doesn't overheat sitting open like this with poor airflow. Close it up and call that a day. Of course, that also leaves me with no 512 meg sticks of RAM, so I will have to go back and get some more from my guy, but there we are. Working system. Kind of a small hard drive, but that's all I've got at the moment as far as IDE drives go. At least that will work with this particular system. This system does not have a motherboard that supports 128 gig or larger IDE drives. Quicksilver does. Quicksilver's got a 250 or a 300 gig IDE drive in it, which I'm going to be upgrading that to a 500 gig IDE drive fairly soon. Next week, most likely, unless the guy sells it before then. I doubt it. He wants $20 for it. Nobody's gonna pay $20 for a damn IDE drive, except me, because I've got a system that can make good use of it. But there we go. And this is actually one of my nicer looking G4s too. The front panel's pristine. The sides are pretty boogered up, like they always are, but this has got about the best looking faceplate of all the G4s that I've got. Nice little system, and it's my only digital audio, so it's a little bit faster on the single threaded score than. Oh, I need to eject that disc now that I'm thinking about it. A little slower on the single threaded score than than even the DP 450s, but I mean then single threaded score than the I don't even know what I was going to say now. Ignore me. It's faster on single-threaded score, faster with a single thread than the earlier G4s. But since this one only has one processor and not two, in OS X it's a bit slower than the older dual processor. But in OS 9, it's quite a bit faster, because OS 9 can only use one CPU core. Unless, of course, you've got an application like Photoshop that can use more than one. But that's only certain software can take advantage of the second processor in these systems in OS 9, because OS 9 lacked preemptive multitasking. And again, so did OS 8, and OS 7, and OS 6, and OS 5, and OS 4, and OS 3, and OS 2, and OS 1. They all lacked it. That's okay. It wasn't really ever a consideration, even though Apple's have had multiple processors going back to the mid-90s. Whatever. Actually, I think they had... No, I think it was the mid-90s. Wasn't there... I know the Power Mac 9600 was like the first one after a long time, so I think there was one other dual processor Mac that I can't think of. And of course the clones. God, I'd love to get my hand on a G4 clone, especially like a Daystar quad core. Oh my god. That would be amazing. I've never even seen a clone with my own two eyes. I've never encountered one. Kind of a holy grail item for me. The same is like an Amiga 5000, which is another holy grail item for me. Interestingly enough, I'm thinking that I might turn this sucker into an Amiga. Get my hands on a 68K processor PCI card, Amiga OS 4, or I could maybe just go the cheaty way, spend $79 and get myself a MorphOS license. It'll run the 68K programs in emulation, which isn't ideal, but they'll run faster. I think it's not the same, but whatever. It's it's funny. The fastest Mac is an Amiga, but the fastest Amiga is a Mac. That just makes me giggle. I really love this display. For $5, you can't beat it. Especially because it was like, what, $1,500, $1,700 when it was new. 22-inch cinema display. Anyways, I'll go ahead and hook everything back up, and I think that will conclude the video for tonight. This was a fun one. Slightly disappointing, considering, 6 dead sticks of RAM. I wasn't really expecting to deal with that tonight. Maybe I should have just postponed testing those a little bit longer. Well, can't win them all.
to be perfectly honest. It's more exciting when I screw up, right? One of these days you'll be able to see me catch something on fire. I've done it many times when I'm not recording. I can never seem to catch it on the live stream, though. It's one of these days. One of these days I'll manage to bridge mains voltage over to a 12-volt rail, and you'll get to see me do it live, and you'll get to see the voltage arc through me, across my shoulders, out my other shoulder, and me go, oh, for a second, piss my pants. It's pretty fun to watch. I think I might be immune to electricity, though. That it never kills me. Not even 220. But, yep, no explosions today, no fire, but lots of failure. And of course, Batman is once again in frame because he is just the most narcissistic cat ever. Batman! I am Batman. Alrighty, I think that'll do it for tonight. Until next time, my non-existent audience.